Okay, one more video for today's lesson. So once again, if it's not equal to, that is our two-tailed test. So that'd be the same thing as me having an alternative hypothesis where I say mu is not equal to the hypothesized value. Okay, and when you get your test statistic, you're either going to get t equals negative 1.96 or t equals positive 1.96 in this case, but it's two-tailed. So whether you got negative or positive, it doesn't matter because you're going to go to both and shade in to both curves or both tails. And that will be your two-tailed test. So this video is going to be one of your shorter ones to finish this all up. I was really close to finishing on time, but I didn't make it. So to finish this up, we're going to review some key concepts that I have already said today, but they're very important concepts. And I want you to let these all sink in over your 4-day weekend. So remember, if the p-value is more than the significance level, so significance level is alpha, remember the value for alpha that we'll always use is 0.05, then we're going to fail to reject the null hypothesis. So we'll fail to reject HO. However, remember, that does not mean that you're accepting the null hypothesis. So please never say that we accept the null as true in the end. Okay, for a murder trial, you are not going to say, okay, that means you're innocent. We don't believe that you did this crime. Some people are still going to believe that they did the crime, okay? So that's why we say that they're just not guilty. We didn't gather enough evidence to say that they were guilty, so they're just not guilty, not saying they're innocent. If your p-value is less than or even equal to the significance value, or the significance level, 0.05, then we say that the null hypothesis is rejected. That's when we reject the null hypothesis being true because we gathered enough evidence for the alternative. So that's when we can call the defendant guilty. And if you are able to reject the null hypothesis, that's when we can say that we have found a statistically significant result. Okay, because it's so unlikely to happen that means that there had to have been some other explanation for that. So statistically significant is when you can reject the null hypothesis. So lucky you guys, you have a 4-day weekend. You have no homework for that 4-day weekend, but you better let all of this stuff sink in because in my next video and on Tuesday, Mrs. Wilkes is going to expect you to remember all of this stuff we have talked about today. Okay, so just let it sink in and make sure that you study it every single day of the 4 days. All right, well, you guys have an awesome 4-day weekend, and I'll see you, I guess, in the next video.